New job numbers out this morning showing the nation's unemployment rate fell to 6.9% in May. The country added nearly 14,000 jobs last month, mostly thanks to a surge in public sector jobs, dropping unemployment to its lowest level since last July. And Jen St. Dennis from Business in Vancouver joins us now to talk more about the numbers. That's good news, Jen.
Yeah, that's right. We did add some jobs. As Statistics Canada is sort of saying it's basically mostly unchanged, but we did see that drop in unemployment. Now, that is because there were fewer people looking for work. That's why that dropped. Now, let's take a look at BC numbers. Now, in BC, if you'll remember, in April, we had a really big surge of jobs. We had 13,000 jobs added. We were the strongest growth, had the strongest job growth in the country. But this time around, it's a little bit more lackluster. We lost 1,000 jobs, so we pretty much stayed the same. And our unemployment rate actually went up. It was 5.8% in April. Now it's 6.1%. And the job creators this time around were Ontario and Quebec. And we saw that jobs continue to be lost in Alberta related to the economic troubles they're having there.
And maybe that some of those numbers in BC could be equated to Alberta too, because we do have a lot of population going to Alberta, or we used to
Right.
work, and now they can't.
Yeah, and we have heard that from leaders like Premier Kirsty Clark saying, well, I hope that those workers come back and work in BC because we do need workers here. And I have heard anecdotally from some industries like tourism, for instance, they're really struggling to find workers this year. So if you happen to be looking for a job, tourism operators, they sure are looking, they're having a hard time this year.
All right, Jen, let's talk about this too, and it's interesting. Farmers in northeastern BC worried about foreign ownership of farmland and the wildfire risk.
Yeah, this is an interesting story. Now, these concerns have been popping up from time to time about foreign ownership of farmland in BC, and there's been more interest in investors buying up farmland for a variety of reasons. But now some farm operators in the Peace region, they're looking at their neighbors who are not really ever there, not really working the farmland, and allowing the long grasses to grow and kind of become unkempt. And they're saying, this is a wildfire risk. They've already had some wildfires up in that region. We know the north part of the province, like of BC and Alberta, are going to have increased wildfire risk. And so they're concerned that these owners are not really taking care of the farm and are letting the long grasses grow, and this could increase the risk of wildfire. And BC doesn't currently have any regulations regulating foreign ownership of farmland. That compares to other provinces which do. And so farmers would really like the Agricultural Land Commission to take a look at putting in some rules to just at least require people to kind of keep up their land.
Absolutely, worth thinking about. Jen,
yeah,
thank you. Have a happy weekend.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you, Jen St. Dennis from Business in Vancouver.